Hi everyone! I thought today I'd do a quick tutorial on a little card. I'm going to do a thank you card, and so just so you know beforehand, I've got my new Stampin scrub, which on the previous video I would have showed you know what it is, a really quick video. I'm going to use the new Pop of Paradise. It's from the new catalogue, so there's a sneak peek. And I'm going to use the sentiment thank you. I'm using Flower Shop, so that's always a good one to have. And these are basically the tools that I'm going to use. I've got you can use an embossing buddy, which I'll link to below, but I've got the powder tool, a sponge dauber type thing, some Versamark, some Melon Mambo is the colour I'm going to use, some tape, card base and the pieces, and the white embossing powder. And there's card measures. Let's just go through that now. This is 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, fold in half, so it's 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 card. This layer here is 4 by 4, 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. This one was about inch and 1/4 maybe, about 1 1/4 by 4 inches, and then this piece is about 1 inch by 4 as well, so it'll layer up something like that. There's no dimension on this card, it's just going to be completely flat, but I just thought I'd show you what we're going to do. So let me get all this stuff out the way. I'm somewhat prepared. Shocking, I know, but you know, yeah. So we're going to start with the background. We're actually going to create our own background. So with the white piece, that sort of layer, the last layer, and the flower stamp, I'm going to use some Versamark, and I'm going to put my Stampin' scrub to the side of me so that I can, you know, use that as I go. And just so you know, in case you haven't seen the previous video, there's some little raindrops on the left, and on the right hand side there's a sun. So the raindrops are your wet side, so you'll spray your Stampin' Mist here. This side is the dry side, so you won't spray anything on there, but that'll be the side that you dry your stamp off with. And I'll do a separate tutorial on that if you need. So we're going to start. I'm just going to get some scrap paper. I've also got a heat tool, so you'll need that if you're going to do any heat embossing. So we've got this. Just going to get one of these out. I'll show you why in a minute. Told you I was somewhat prepared. Never mind. Right, we're going to take our Versamark ink, and you're just going to randomly stamp the ink. Mine's a little dry, so I have to kind of really squidge it. Oh, before you even do that, if you use your embossing buddy or your EK Success tool, powder tool, if you just rub it all over, what it will do, it will stop any like oils from your skin or any of the you know, any dust or anything. It'll stop the anything but the powder sticking to it, to where you've inked up and stamped. And this is on textured cards, so wish me luck. It may, and you won't be able to see it, so you've got to sort of remember where you've been, so you know, so that you can avoid overlapping them. And if you don't like doing that, you can do one bit at a time. So let's get the powder on here first. So I've got my powder, if I can get into it. And I did do a separate video on these containers and how I store my embossing powders. So you can always go back and check those out. Let's see, I don't know how well you're going to see it on the video just yet, but you should hopefully be able to somewhat see. Oh, I nearly got that one. There's a little bit there. Can you, yeah, you can see there how the powder's now picked up on the embossing powder, on the Versamark, so it's clinging to it, but you don't want to touch those areas until you've actually heat set it. So we're going to do that now. And I'm so silly. The other piece of paper that I was talking about was actually going to be for my can't even think, to catch the powder, but I didn't need that. So this is going to get a little loud for a few seconds, but bear with me. Not sure if you can see how it's changing. You've got to be careful, you don't want to burn yourself. It is super hot. Right, I think that's good enough. Now it's quite a fine detail. Oh, I don't think you can see that at all. It's quite a fine detail stamp. I kind of wanted that, but I don't know how well it's going to work because this is texture, so we'll see what happens. So, just get that out of the way. While that's cooling off, I'm just going to show you how the Stampin' Scrub works. So this is our messy stamp. You're going to take your Stampin' mist on the side with the little what are they called? Raindrops. You're just going to spray some. Oh, it smells nice as well. You're just going to rub it around after you've sprayed some of the mist, and then you're going to go to the other side, and your stamp's clean, completely clean, even from things like Versamark, which is a very sticky clear ink. It's kind of like a glue almost, but job done. Easy peasy. And the Stampin' Mist, like I say, smells nice. So what we're going to do now, we need a piece of scratch paper. We're going to take the Mellow Mumbo ink pad. You can take your dauber. Like I say, I'm still building up product, so you know, I'm just using what I've got. But I'm going to take my sponge dauber, and I'm just going to go over this pretty lightly. You don't want anything too hectic going on. And the idea is that the embossed areas will show through. Now, like I say, this is not only on textured cardstock, but it's also quite a fine detail stamp, so maybe I shouldn't have used such a fine detail stamp, but it's sort of working. You'll get the idea, hopefully. In fact, if I go a bit darker, it seems to come out a bit more. So maybe I'll try that. And you see, it's like magic. Magic, magic, magic. Everybody's got to have a bit of magic. It's just how the world works. Oh, well, my world. So you keep doing it until you've got it where you want it, if that makes sense. I'm going to leave that out for a minute. So You see how the embossed bits just shine through, if you like. The other thing you can do is when it's like this, you can take a paper towel or a cloth, sorry, and you can just kind of go over the top, and it will, over the embossed area, and it will take some of the ink that's on top of the embossed bit, it will just take it off, and then it will make it stand out a bit more, so that's better. Can you see, because I couldn't see where I was going there? Yeah. So that's the background piece done. Now while we're here, we're going to do the, so the little panel, the other little white panel, I'm going to, hopefully this will work. I've lined up the stamp as best I can on the acrylic block that's got some lines on it, but you can use a Stampin' Majig for this, and we do sell them at Stampin', but the one that I've got, I thought about it afterwards, so we're going to wing it, why not. So this is from Pop of Paradise, and in the same colour ink. Sorry about that guys, I think my SD card was full. Anyway, as you can see, that didn't turn out so well, so I think on the texture it's just not working. So the nice thing about paper is that you have two sides. So I'm just going to flip it over and attempt that again. If that doesn't work, I've got a plan B. So again with my what's it called? Melon Mambo. Stamping somewhat straight. Let's see how well I can do this on this side. So like I was trying to say, you don't want to rock your stamps, because you'll end up with all sorts of weird things going on. And also, I don't know if you can see, but there's some ink that got on the base part of the stamp as opposed to just the main bit that you want to actually use. So if you rock it, some of that could go on to the rest of your project, so you obviously don't want to do that. I'm just going to clean that off. Stampin' Scrub. I love this thing. It's awesome. Look at that. Clean and dry. Ha ha. Right, what I might do, no I'm not. I was going to ink the edges, but then I thought, well, the base of the card isn't inked, so it might look a little odd. So let's get rid of this. So we've got our little thank you. If that will focus. Oh, somewhat focus. So we're just going to put this together. Where's my tape? Where's my tape? So, stick this. Remember, this goes all the way across this piece. And which way around am I going to do this? Let's do it this way. Right, so I'm not sure which way around I'm going to have the flowers, because like I say, I kind of messed up. I didn't really mess up, but my because you can't see it with the Versamark, it's a little tricky to know exactly where you're putting it. Where the ink's going, at least. It's going on the base. I don't know. Where do I want it? Oh. Yeah, I'm going to do it like that. That kind of worked out well. Oh. Sticking to my hands. There's that. And like I say, I think I'm going to just have this straight across here. This sweet little thank you card. Yeah, let's just do that. It's Sunday here, and I just want easy peasy. None of that hardcore stuff. At least not today. Oh, that's a little bigger than... Oh, that's alright. Stick it on there somewhat straight. And there you have it. And remember, this piece went all the way to the edge of this black layer. Ta-da! Now you can add obviously some other bits to it. You could add some gems on there. Oh, in fact, should we? Because I got this in a class that I went to recently. These are our, I'll show you in a second. They're our Jewels Basics, and they are super blingy. They are awesome. I love them. So let's see, shall we put some bling? Some bling to bling. Let's put a couple in the corners. Now, you don't need to do this. You don't, you know, you could just use, if you just want to start at the beginning, you can have, if you get some cardstock, some basic tools, some ink pads, and I would start with colours that you love. That's usually a good place to start, is the sort of the colours that sort of appeal to you, or the patterns that appeal to you. A stamp set, same thing. Find one that works for you and one that you love the look of, and then go from there. You can easily, like I say, make your own background. You've got sentiment. Make sure there's a sentiment in the stamp set. That's always helpful. Saves you having to write, you know, a sentiment. And then you can make something like this. Cute, huh? All by yourself. Anyway, that's it. I'll be back with another one, I'm sure. Yes, I've been MIA for a bit again. I gotta stop doing that. Anyway, I'll see you soon, guys. Bye.